Some moments in life feel so ordinary when they happen, but later you realize they were the beginning of everything. That's exactly how this story begins. My husband Anthony, a kind and responsible man at 61, always cared for his family. When he invited his nephew Eric to stay with us for a few days, I didn't think much of it. I had no idea that simple visit would change my life forever. Before Anthony left, I remember the serious look on his face. He told me, Daisy, Eric's been having a hard time. He's not sleeping well, and he's feeling lost before starting university. Please take care of him. I nodded and said I would. I had no idea what those words would come to mean. That same day, we got a call about the house we'd been waiting for. Anthony had to leave town for 3 days to check it out. And just like that, I was left alone in the house with Eric. Eric was 20, not a child, but still very young in many ways. He had grown into a tall, confident young man. His posture, his presence, his calm way of speaking. He was no longer the teenager I remembered. To Anthony, he was still the kid, but I began to see him differently. There had always been a slight warmth between us, friendly, respectful, but this time, being alone with him for a few days felt different, a little exciting, a little unsettling. When Anthony looked back at me before leaving, he smiled and said, 3 days will go by in no time. I smiled back, but I didn't know those 3 days would turn everything upside down. The next morning was quiet. I got up early and made breakfast. The house felt oddly calm, as if it were waiting for something. Then I heard the stairs creak. Eric walked into the kitchen, rubbing his eyes, wearing a casual t-shirt and sweatpants. He looked comfortable, at ease. "Good morning, Daisy," he said, smiling softly. "Smells amazing. What are you making?" "Just a regular breakfast," I replied. He walked closer, looked around and said, "Whatever it is, I'll eat it. You always make good food." His words were simple, but his tone felt focused. I served breakfast, and we sat at the table together as we ate. He said something that caught me off guard. "You know, Daisy, you're really beautiful. Most people your age don't look like you do." I stopped, unsure how to respond. "Thank you," I said, laughing nervously. "You're being too kind." "I'm just being honest," he replied. "If I were in my uncle's place, I'd never leave someone like you alone." His words left me speechless. I tried to shake it off, smiling awkwardly as I gathered the plates. He watched me closely, and I could feel the weight of his gaze. It wasn't aggressive, it was thoughtful. Curious. Too curious. After breakfast, he leaned back and said, "We should celebrate. Uncle told me you're finally getting that house." "That's a big deal," I replied. "It's not finalized yet. Just paperwork left." "Well, that's still worth celebrating," he said. "Let's have a nice dinner tonight. Just the two of us. You should dress up, wear something nice. We'll take pictures and send them to Uncle. He'll love that." I hesitated. "Eric, I'm not sure that's a good idea." "Come on," he said with a smile. "You've still got it. Wear one of your old dresses from back in the day. I bet you still look amazing in them." I felt a mix of emotions, flattery, guilt, curiosity. Against my better judgment, I said, "All right." Just dinner. Later that evening, I cooked his favorite dishes, creamy pasta, chicken, curry, fresh salad, and garlic bread. Then I went upstairs to find something to wear. In the back of my closet, I found a green dress I hadn't worn in years. I slipped it on. It still fit. As I looked at myself in the mirror, I thought maybe I hadn't changed as much as I thought. Downstairs, Eric was waiting. When he saw me, he stood up and smiled. "Wow, you look incredible." "Thanks," I said, feeling my cheeks warm. "You clean up pretty well yourself." We sat at the table and started dinner. He was funny, thoughtful, and genuinely easy to talk to. But under all that, there was an energy in the air that felt heavy, something unsaid. Something real. At one point, he leaned in and said, "Thanks for doing this tonight. It means a lot. But I think you're still holding something back." I paused, unsure what he meant. "What do you mean?" He looked at me with calm seriousness. "I think you've forgotten how alive you are, how much you still have to give. You've been hiding yourself away for so long. I didn't know how to respond. I felt exposed, seen, not in a threatening way, but in a way that made me question everything. Just then, he grabbed his phone and said, "Let's call Uncle. Show him the setup." He video called Anthony, who answered with a cheerful voice. "Wow, you two look great. Having fun?" Eric laughed. "We're celebrating early." Anthony laughed too. "All right then. I'll stay a bit longer and make sure we get this house. You two take care." When the call ended, I sat in silence. My heart was beating faster than normal. I couldn't explain it. I was confused, flattered, and overwhelmed. Then Eric stood up, connected his phone to the speaker, and played a soft, romantic song. The room dimmed, lit only by candles. He reached out a hand. "Daisy, would you dance with me?" I looked at him, Eric. It's just a dance," he said gently. "Don't you think you deserve a little joy?" I couldn't say no. I reached out and let him pull me in. We swayed to the music, slow and quiet. His hand rested on my back, the other holding mine. The candles flickered across the room. I felt young again, nervous, excited, confused as we danced. He whispered, "You still shine, Daisy, more than you know. You just forgot how it feels to be seen." My heart ached. Not because of him, but because of how true that felt. I had forgotten. I had buried parts of myself for years. I had let love turn into routine. And now, standing here with someone who saw me clearly, I didn't know how to feel. I stepped away, trying to collect myself. "Eric, this can't happen. You're Anthony's nephew." He didn't argue. He didn't try to convince me. He just said, "I know." "I'm sorry." The rest of the night passed in silence. We sat apart. No more dancing. No more words. I went upstairs and lay in bed, wide awake, my thoughts spinning, my heart aching, not just from what almost happened, but from what it revealed about my marriage, my life, and myself. The next morning, Eric was quieter, more respectful, as if he too was unsure how to act now. We spent the day apart, giving each other space. When we did speak, it was light and distant, but I couldn't stop thinking about the way he looked at me, the way I felt seen, the way I had missed feeling alive. I didn't know what the next day would bring. I didn't know what to make of everything that had happened. But I knew one thing for sure. Something inside me had changed forever. And this story isn't over yet. So if you've been here with me this far, thank you. I'll share what happened next very soon. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. There's still more to tell, and you won't want to miss what comes next. Stay tuned.